Avila Beach may just be one of California's best kept secrets. From the sea lions and seals frolicking in the surf, to a hidden lighthouse, to wine right by the sea.
And we're going to be spending the entire day here from start to finish to show you everything that's special about this little beach town.
So by the end of today, you may be wondering, when am I going to book my trip to Avila Beach, California?
Just 15 minutes from San Luis Obispo, Avila Beach is one of those places that instantly feels like a getaway even to us locals.
Our first stop was the Kraken Coffee Company. It's this cute little spot right near the water, and honestly, the pastry case alone is worth the visit. They had croissants, muffins, and so many tempting choices, but Laura and I couldn't resist the pan au chocolat. It was rich, delicious, and chocolatey, just what you want.
I went straight for a breakfast burrito, and of course coffee. The vibe here is relaxed and friendly, and it was the perfect place to ease into the day before heading out to explore Avila Beach.
After breakfast, we took a few minutes to soak in the charm of Avila Beach. This little coastal town has been welcoming visitors since the late 1800s, when it first served as the main port for San Luis Obispo. Today, it's a mix of history and laid-back California beach vibes, colorful shops, seaside cafes, and the pier stretching out over the water.
As we were heading to the meeting point for our lighthouse tour, we spotted a group carrying an outrigger canoe right past our car, and it just felt like one of those perfect little moments that makes Avila Beach so memorable.
With coffee in hand, we drove over to the lighthouse meeting spot to catch the shuttle for our tour.
I am so excited about the first thing that we're doing today, and that is going up to visit the historic Port San Luis Lighthouse. This is a special thing that you can only do here in Avila. It's really easy to sign up for it. Tickets are about $30 a person, and that's a donation to keeping the lighthouse going. And you start off with a parking spot. They give you a special place to park. It is designated by this banner right here. You pull in, and then they shuttle bus you up to the top of the hill where the lighthouse is. You're going to get to see the lighthouse and the keeper's house. It's really all set up like it was back in the old days, and it's going to be something really special. I've been here before, but this is the first time for Laura and Pepper. I can't wait to show them around.
Before we knew it, it was time to get on the shuttle and meet our driver.
And also, if anybody got any questions about the lighthouse, if I can't figure it out, you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna Google it. And I'll get back to you guys. Enjoy the tour.
So they said that we're waiting for about 6 more people that are late to come, but the bus will leave right on time at 11 o'clock and leave them behind. So that's a tip for you. If you're coming to the lighthouse, make sure you get here early to the parking lot.
And just like that, they're late, and that's not great, so we pull out right on time.
Yep, they just lost about $180 worth of tickets, but we'll consider that a donation to the lighthouse.
Goes to a good cause.
Yeah.
The shuttle ride out to the Point San Luis Lighthouse is part of the fun. Since the road winds through PG&E land, visitors can only get there with a guided tour. The drive is narrow and twisting, but the views of the coastline are absolutely worth it. It's a beautiful start to the experience.
We soon arrived at the lighthouse and met our guide for the tour.
I'm Elaine. I will take you around and show you the station at different points. We'll kind of dance around the other group and you get to see everything. We're a small group, you've lived a while, you've traveled a bunch, so when you know stuff that I don't know, tell me. And when you want to correct me, never mind. Just kidding.
I love it.
Here we are, ancient Cyprus right there.
We're walking past something here that I think is pretty special. This goes back to the old whaling days. We used to have a whaling operation here at the point. It didn't last very long. It wasn't very, hugely successful. But anyway, in here is where you put slabs of blubber.
Blubber, I was going to say.
Yeah, I love saying that word, blubber. And that's over, you put it over a heat source fire, and it reduces the blubber to whale oil. Now, whale oil was a great commodity. Yeah, but we never used it in our lens. We only used kerosene here at the light station.
Our next stop was inside the museum, and speaking of the lens, we got to see the original Fresnel lens up close, the one that guided ships safely into San Luis Bay. It's incredible to think how much care went into maintaining it back in the day.
This is the original light from the lighthouse. This was invented by Augustine Fresnel. He had 4 different orders of lights. This is the 4th order, which means that it shot out about 17 miles into the ocean for people to see, and it's just fascinating. They wound this little gear right here to make that weight come up under the floor. It took 4 hours for it to fall back down, and then they'd have to do it again. The Port San Luis Lighthouse was built in 1890. It was built in the Prairie Victorian style, which makes it the only one of its kind on the West Coast. This was a working lighthouse until 1974, where they automated everything and they decommissioned the lighthouse.
Inside the keeper's house, the rooms are filled with period-style furnishings and items meant to evoke life here in the late 19th to early 20th century. Back then, supplies came by tender ship only every few months. Food staples, fuel, books, anything the keepers and their families needed. Because of that, provisions had to be carefully rationed. Freshness was limited. They raised what they could and made every bit count. In the kitchen and pantry, you'll see examples of what daily life might have looked like back then.
From the kitchen, we moved into the dining room, beautifully set for the 4th of July. The house was designed for both function and comfort. The tall windows were designed to open all the way up so you could step right through onto the wraparound porch.
The parlor includes an original lighthouse keeper's uniform, preserved from the early days of the station. From the parlor, we headed upstairs to see the 3 bedrooms, each set up to reflect how the keeper's family might have lived.
Our last stop was the tower itself, a steep climb up the ladder to where the light once shone over the coast.
Well, I'm glad we made the little extra climb to the top of the original lighthouse here. It's a little staircase and a little tiny ladder to get up here, and it's kind of steep and kind of tight, but we made it. But it's worth it because now we get a 360-degree view of why they picked this particular space to put that light and to use this. Now, it was in 1888. Queen of the Pacific was the name of the ship that inspired this, because just off the coast here, it got lost, it got too close to the coast, it took on water and sunk right out here, which was a tragedy. But within 2 years, this was all established and built, and from then on, it was an operating lighthouse until 1974, when it was decommissioned or actually turned over to technology, because they still use it. You can see right down over here on my right, the modern version of the lighthouse, which is all automated and requires little to no human interaction like it did back in the day. But 1890, we're living it right here at Port San Luis. It's pretty cool. I've lived here 20 years. We've never done this. You just never know what's right under your nose.
That wraps it up at the lighthouse. We had such a wonderful time. If you're ever in Avila Beach, make sure you get your reservation to get your tickets to come here to the Port San Luis Lighthouse. You really won't regret it. We also got some souvenirs like we always do, because it wouldn't be a trip with us without it. We have got a Christmas tree ornament, of course, and we got a little magnet as well. Let me get that out. A little magnet as well. So these are our souvenirs from our trip up to the lighthouse. And now we're going to be heading back down the hill, back into Avila, and maybe go to Custom House for some lunch. We made it down to the Custom House, and I have to tell you, they've completely remodeled it since the last time we were here. This is an Avila Beach staple, and it is right next door to Mr. Rick's, which is also famous here in Avila Beach. Well, they've combined both of them together. Mr. Rick's is a bar, Custom House was a restaurant, and now the two have become one. It's open seating. You can just come grab a table in the patio area or inside the Custom House restaurant itself. Go up and order your food, order your drinks. Laura got me this, which is a pink mermaid, and I can't wait to give it a try. That hits the spot. Fruity, cold, and delicious.
And I got myself a peach bum. What a fun play on words. It's got local peach whiskey in it and peach nectar. I'm really excited to give this a try. That's delightful.
We got some clam strips as an appetizer, and check these out. They are ginormous. They look like they're hand breaded. I cannot wait to give them a try. I love, love, love clam strips. Those are fantastic.
These look so good. I've got to have one too. Give it a little lemon. My favorite with clams is cocktail sauce, and I'm glad they didn't just give us tartar. They're definitely hand-breaded and delicious. So unfortunately, it took a really long time for Pepper to find parking. The girls are on their second drink, but I managed to find this amazing sparkling from Paris Valley Road in Paso. It's really delicious. Cheers.
And I'm heading back to the islands with some Hawaiian margarita. Oh yeah.
All right, hey everybody, look. It's me. I found a parking spot after driving around for an extended period of time. Fun fact and tip, when you come to Avila Beach, come as early as you can in the day, get a good parking spot. It was way earlier when we were here for like breakfast time. Get a spot and then leave your car there. Just camp out, leave your car there. Because once you get in the middle part of the day, especially on a Saturday like today, there's a lot of people hovering around. The lots are full. Everybody's sharking themselves to try to get a spot. But anyway, I found a spot, got a spot. I was on the street, so it's free, which is a bonus. And I found the bar, and I found a beer. This is a Topo Topo Brewing Company beer. Topo Topo is out of Southern California, a regional one that's really, really good. Ventura, Camarillo, Santa Barbara, and this is the Chief Peak. It's an IPA. Cheers. Well, I'm about to put the citrus on 5 little tri-tip tacos. Basically little street tacos there. Nothing but onion, cilantro, and the tri-tip. And a little salsa, little guac. Happy pepper.
And for our entree today, the girls are splitting some shrimp and fries. Look at how big those shrimp are. Talk about jumbo shrimp. And they come with cocktail sauce and tartar sauce. That just looks so good. And it is. It is absolutely fabulous.
Just finished at Custom House. Oh my gosh, that shrimp was so good.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
It's turned out to be a beautiful day here in Avila. I mean, you couldn't ask for better weather.
You really couldn't. That fog burned off and it is gorgeous.
Yeah, lots of people out here on the beach. We are actually going to be doing something a little bit different though, aren't we?
Is that right? What are we going to do? We're going to wine taste. How is that different?
Well, it's different for Avila. It's not a beach activity, but it is a Central Coast activity.
That's true.
But just one block off the beach is a great little wine bar, Avila Cellars, and we're heading there now.
I love wine tasting. They have a sign outside that says we have bubbles. That's got my name written all over it.
That is totally up our alley. And like I said, it's literally one block off the beach. We're just gonna walk one block down to First Street and it's gonna be right there.
Okay, I was not expecting all of this shopping in this little store. It's so cute.
How
Look at
cute
those
are these shirts? Bubbles fix everything. Bubbles fix everything.
I believe in that.
Love that.
I truly believe in that. They've got such cute stuff.
Hey, Carol. Drunken grown-ups.
Drunken grown-ups. They've got so much stuff in this store. Look at these hats over here. Adorable. Look at the little lemon measuring cups.
Oh, these little
So
measuring
cute.
cups. Are they cups or spoons? Let's see what size they are. It doesn't actually tell you how large each one is, so I guess you're just guessing.
I like it though. They're super
They're
cute.
so cute.
So cute. Spill the tea. And then, hey, if you ever want a map of California, that is us right there. So you can see that we are halfway between LA and San Francisco. You're going to find San Luis Obispo. So we're down here in Avila Cellars and we've decided that both Laura and Pepper are going to do a flight of wine tasting where they're going to try several different varietals ranging from bubbles to heavy reds. I'm not a big red wine fan, so I'm just going to get a bottle of the bubbles and enjoy that while they're doing their flight, and then they'll help me finish that before we go today. The Avila Cellars current fees are $30 per person for wine tasting, but they waive that if you buy a bottle. So that's how we're going to tackle it today, and let's get some wine going, shall we? All right, we got the bottle, we got a glass of bubbles. It's cold, refreshing, sparkling, and I love it. It does have an orange kick to it. She said that if you're making mimosas, you don't have to add the orange juice to this one.
It's got a lot of tart, crisp apple, but then the Chardonnay in it adds that note of orange. It's delicious. So up next we have the Sauv Blanc. It was supposed to be the Chardonnay in the flight, but I asked her since the Sauv Blanc was open if we could change it up because I am definitely a Sauv Blanc girl. And this won a gold medal in the Central Coast Wine Competition. Oh, and that is crisp and refreshing. A lot of grapefruit, very good.
This one is a Barbera, a really, really nice red wine. Gets the grapes from Paso Robles, which is the north part of our county where it gets hot. This is definitely a hot climate grape to grow. And French Camp Vineyards is the name of it, east side of Paso Robles. And I like it. I like a Barbera. It's very smooth for the boldness that it is. And the fruits are strong, grapey, like blackberry and a deep, rich, dark fruit kind of a thing. And again, very smooth on the end, no tannins, no acid. Go really well with some food. Cheers.
So this is their 2023 Cab Franc. It's definitely a lot bolder and spicier. A lot of like black cherry, black currants, dark chocolate shavings, and even some spices like paprika in it. That is a much bolder, more tannic wine for sure. But it is delicious if you like a Cab Franc.
All right, she moved us on to the reserves. Reserves is code for fancier wines. This is a GSM, Grenache, Syrah, Mourvedre. That's the three blended together. It's a very popular blend here in California, especially in our area. We tend to blend these grapes together. It's a medium body, always a little fruit forward, but it's got the structure and the body of a bigger wine with the Syrah and the Mourvedre. So it's kind of a catch-all, and it's a win-win-win kind of a idea to blend these things together. This one is fruit forward on the nose. Like all their wines here, really, really good. Smooth finish. We haven't had anything here that's been too acidic. The tannins have not been overwhelming. There's a lot of drinkable wines here at Avila Beach Cellars.
So this is the Petite Syrah. This is their darkest and one of their heaviest wines. You can see looking through the wine just how dark it really is. Very big, very bold. This is going to go great with like prime rib or a really heavy red meat. Very dark, very deep, very fruity though, and not so tannic. It's actually really good.
All right, last wine in the wine tasting flight. She brought out these limited release reserves. This one is the Reserve Rebecca, which is named after the winemaker's wife, made in honor of her on their anniversary. So it's 100% cab, and it's been aged in bourbon barrels, which is very different than what we're used to. Although here on the Citrus Coast, you never know what kind of barrels they're aging things in. Beers get aged in bourbon or wine barrels, and ciders get aged in bourbon or wine barrels. So wine, why not? Throw it in a bourbon. Let's see what happens. It's 100% cab. It's a big one. Ooh. And it's money. That's money.
All right, so you know it's a great wine tasting when you end up with double glasses.
Pepper and Laura have been doing the wine tasting all afternoon, and I've been doing the wine drinking. Cheers. All right, well, we just finished wine tasting at Avila Beach Cellars.
Yes.
So good. Wine tasting, wine drinking, and taking home some wine.
And a little extra shopping because a friend of ours just had a baby. So we got a little baby gift for our baby friend. And we ended up with a bunch of wine to walk out with. They waived the tasting room fees, which is customary, and a lot of great wines here. Definitely worth a stop when you're in Avila Beach. But I gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta say goodbye to Pepper because he's got an event he has to get to this evening. But Laura and I,
we're still gonna go on, and so you'll see us doing some more things tonight, including dinner at Blue Moon in a little bit.
so we just said goodbye to Pepper, and Laura and I are on our own. I think it's time for the girls to take a walk along the Avila Pier. You can get right out over the water, and it is a beautiful sight.
I was feeling the need for a little bit of water after all of that wine, and what better way to have some refreshing water than in a Hawaiian shaved ice. I got grape because that's my favorite. Hello, wine, grapes, it's my thing.
Okay, so we had a little bit of a fail. We can't walk all the way down to the end of the pier because it is under construction.
Between 2017 and 2019, they had several surveys done, and they deemed the pier to be unsafe. So they have renovated about half of the pier. We're about halfway down, and they're actually looking for donations to help finish the other half of the pier.
But that's okay because there's still plenty of things to do in Avila tonight. We've got about an hour and a half before our dinner reservation, so we may go check out some shops or
do a little more wine tasting. There's several wine bars right there on the promenade, and that's definitely calling my name.
It looks like they've got a lot of clothing in here, but if you're traveling and you forget your flip-flops, this is the place to go. All right, we found more bubbles at the wine bar right next to our restaurant that we're going to at 7 o'clock tonight, which is Blue Moon Over Avila, and you can never miss with some bubbles. So cheers.
We've spent the day highlighting the lighthouse and all of the wine tasting in Avila Beach, as well as some of the food, but if you like farmers markets, this is the place to be on a Friday night, except in the winter. For 9 months out of the year, they have a farmers market here every Friday night. It has live music on the promenade right outside of where we are. There's food trucks and lots of fresh fruits and vegetables, so you can get your fruits and vegetables, have a nice dinner, and just enjoy the beach. It's so much fun.
Well, we just left the Pier Front Wine Bar, had another glass of bubbles, which was something we totally needed.
There's always room for more wine.
But now we are on our way to our reservations at the best restaurant in Avila, which is Blue Moon Over Avila. This is a French restaurant. I've eaten here before. It is delightful. I can't wait to take Laura. This is your first time, right?
It is my first time, and I cannot wait to have their escargot. Not only does it come in a garlic butter sauce, but they mentioned that there's a hint of blue cheese in the sauce, so I cannot wait to try that.
We always love French food, so let's give this a try. We just got our table here at Blue Moon Over Avila, the best place to have dinner at Avila Beach. I've been here before. This is Laura's first time. I can't wait to share this cuisine with her. And we've got the best table with a view of the ocean straight in all directions. It is spectacular this evening. The weather couldn't be better. The sun is setting, and it is a wonderful night here in Avila Beach. We are so lucky to live here on the Central Coast.
So reality is I have the hiccups for the second time of the day. It happens. Can't help it. Oh,
Here we go.
This ramekins pretty hot, so be careful.
That's okay. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Santé. Dinner was outstanding. Every dish was spot on, from the starters to dessert. The flavors, the presentation, the setting, it all came together perfectly. And those beignets with the dipping sauces, absolutely worth saving room for.
We have had the best time today in Avila Beach, California.
Yes, if you are coming to Avila, make sure that you plan ahead because there is so much to do in this area. We started off today at the Kraken, which is a coffee bar where we had breakfast. And then we headed over to meet our shuttle to the Port San Luis Lighthouse.
That was fantastic. So culturally enriching. You get to see the lighthouse. It is the only lighthouse on the west coast that's made in the Prairie Victorian style.
Yes, it's over 125 years old. I mean, it was pure history right at our fingertips. We really, really enjoyed that. Afterwards, we came down here for some lunch.
We stopped at Custom House for that. It's changed quite a lot since the last time we were here, but it's kind of more self-serve, and it was really nice.
And it's connected to Mr. Rick's, which is an Avila Beach staple for a bar here on the promenade area. So you got to check that out as well. After we were done at the Custom House and Mr. Rick's, we headed over to Alapay Cellars for some wine tasting.
We had a great time at Alapay Cellars. Not only did we finish an entire bottle of wine in addition to our wine tasting, but we took home 3 more bottles of wine today.
Their wine was amazing, and we highly recommend them. After that, we did a little shopping. We walked out to the end of the Avila Pier. It's still under construction right now, so we couldn't go all the way down, but that's okay. And then we had another glass of wine at a wine bar before we went to dinner.
And dinner we had at Blue Moon Over Avila. If you're coming to Avila, make reservations, plan ahead, and definitely eat there. It was the star of the day.
It's a French restaurant. We had some escargot. We had French peach onion soup, some steak, some mushroom ravioli, and ended with an amazing dessert.
That amazing dessert was their beignets. It came with creme anglaise, chocolate sauce, and raspberry sauce. I'll tell you right now, I had my heart set on the flourless chocolate cake, but I'm not even mad. That was so much better than flourless chocolate cake. You have to have it too.
And we barely scratched the surface here in Avila Beach. There's so much more to do. There's an aquarium, there's more shopping, there's kayaking, a lot of beach activities. So check it out. If you're on the Central Coast, this is a place that you do not want to miss.
That wraps it up for us tonight on Core 4 Adventures. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.